Yes. My name is Dominic DeMiola, and this is the Music City Scene on Screen. Tonight, we have some Christian electronic funk, and it's coming from Ernie Rodgers. Come on with it.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine now. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine now. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine now. Let it shine now. When Jesus comes, gonna let it shine, shine. Gonna let it shine now. When Jesus comes, gonna let it shine. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I ask the Lord my soul to take. But I'm not ready to go, 'cause I got a light to shine. If you wait on the Lord, let me tell you, he's right on time.
How's it going, Ernie?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here, man. That's some great music, man.
Thank you.
Well, so that's some, let's say some Christian electro funk.
Electronic funk.
Well, electro,
Yeah, that
electronic.
works.
Well,
That's cool.
I was close.
It's
yeah.
all good.
Well, tell me about yourself, man. I want to hear it.
Okay, well, what Christian electronic funk is all about is that it's a hodgepodge. I mean, I'm playing a Fender electroacoustic, and the style I'm playing has kind of a funk sort of groove to it. But at the same time, if you go to my website, there's also some pieces on there that are just straight up electronic. And because I come from two different worlds. On one hand, I'm an engineer. I'm into technology and everything. But on the other hand, I'm just, good old-fashioned guitar player.
Yeah. Well, now there ain't nothing wrong. Of course, I know that. You can tell that. Most definitely.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, I hear that. What's up with this this engineering stuff? What do you mean by that?
Well, I've been a sound engineer for almost 30 years, and I've been in music a little bit less time than that. But ever since I was a kid, I've always been just, obsessed with the way you can take a sound, or you can take a picture and you can, record it, convert it to electrons and play it back. And not only can you play it back, but you can manipulate it. I mean, in the 80s, when I got into music, I used to do it with reel-to-reel machines and how you could add echo and all of that and everything. But at the same time, now with digital, there's so much more that you could do. So that's the electronic side of what I do. The other hand, I'm just a, good old-fashioned guitar player.
Well, I hope you really make something out of this, man, because I really think that the music that you're playing has some good sound to it, and I think that if you keep up what you're doing, you will make something out of it.
Thank you.
I mean,
appreciate
because
that.
what I've heard is some really great sounding stuff. I mean, or sounding funk, or electro funk. I don't want to. I'm not downgrading it at all. I mean, everything has its own differentiality, and I think you have your own unique side.
Thank you. Yeah, my sound is a little tricky to describe because one of the things is that I'm playing the guitar with a seashell. So that percussion track you're hearing, it's not a loop or a pedal. It really is me making that sound. And people ask me, why a shell? How did that come about? That came about literally as an accident. What happened was I was living in Charleston, South Carolina, and I had a keyboard because that's my other instrument. I studied the synthesizer in college. And the police were like, we let you slide for a while, but enough is enough. So I had to put that away, and I was kind of bummed. And I said, well, to my friend Luke, I said, how can I get the guitar, which is my main instrument, to have the same impact? And he jokingly said, use a shell. Now, he was co-running a shop called the Sea and Shell with his mom that sold seashells, and I kind of told him he was crazy. So anyway, what happened was, next day I said, well, maybe there's something to that. And I tried it. And I tried a bunch of them. Most of them broke. But the one that worked is the one that I've been using since. It's a scallop shell.
Do you have any people that you're influenced by?
Yeah, I would say one of my favorite guitar players is Rodgers. He's in the band. They did that song Freak Out, Le Chic, I think they were called Le Chic. I'm into like Parliament Funk.
Oh yeah.
I also can't get enough techno, so some of the stuff on my website is techno sounding-ish, but with guitar. Yeah. And so that's some of what I'm influenced by. Also, one of my favorite guitar players is Robert Fripp. He was in King Crimson years ago, and he experimented with a thing called Frippatronics, where he took reel-to-reel machines, and long before there were pedals that did this, and he looped things and would play over top of a loop, and I was really into that.
Did you ever like Peter Frampton?
Yeah, I got into that too. Yeah, so I like a lot of the old stuff and the pioneers and what they were trying to take sound to that next
Yeah,
level.
that's kind of like Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, man. Um, so I was wondering about this. You was saying something about. You were saying something to me earlier before the show about some robotics that you got into.
Yeah, that's the engineering thing. What happened was I had a logistical problem, and the logistical problem was I'm on tour. The tour is called the West Coast Jam Album Tour, but I'm also moving out west. I'm moving. I'm going to make up my mind on Phoenix or Tucson. I haven't made up my mind yet, but that's two things, and and I couldn't figure out at first how I was going to deal with it, and then it hit me, Ernie, what you need is a droid. So it's called the Buzz Alpha Travel Droid, and
Yeah.
what it looks like is basically a pod. And what it's designed to do is most people when they go on the road, they have the guitar case, maybe the case for equipment, and everything's sort of in its own little case. Well, this is one big case that handles everything. But what makes it a droid is when I do more work on it, it'll have lights, it'll have sensors, but not just busy box silly things, but things that I actually can use, like a light or the temperature, things like that.
Yeah, and maybe one day, you never know, other people will be using that too.
I would love to share it with other people.
You never know, man.
Yeah, I'd love to share it.
Hey, man, you're sharing it, actually.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm hoping to do one of these days is get a patent for it. So what I have now, I was talking to construction workers, and they were saying, well, how strong is that thing? And I pushed it over, and they were really surprised. And but I told them this is a prototype. What I have now is not what you would see in the store. It's a prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen anything that you have. I mean, it was just something that you and I had talked to me.
Yeah, well, I don't mind telling people about it, but the reason I don't show it to a lot of people is something I learned at the Small Business Development Center, which my company's with, and that is you don't give out the secret sauce. So some of it I keep a little bit secret.
I mean, I didn't bring out anything.
No, you're fine. It's just that, some of it I like
I got
to keep.
you.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. I feel you.
Yeah.
You don't want to let loose what you can get the patent for.
Exactly. You nailed it. Yeah.
I know what time it is. Oh, and it must be about that time to end this show.
Hey, well, thanks for having me.
And man, you was a great entertainer.
It was a real pleasure.
Ernie Rodgers right here.
Hey.
And man, one day we might have you back. And
yeah.
Cool,
all right.
man.
I'd love that.
Peace out, man.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, which so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free in the home of the brave? Call me at the office anytime. Good times are sweet and as sweet as honey and as sweet as a dandelion wine. I like to sing this old sweet song. I like to sing it every day. I like to play this old guitar, 'cause on this old guitar I play. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. You sure don't mind, so just take your time, so let's go. Good times are sweet and as sweet as honey and as sweet as a dandelion wine. Good times make the world go round. It's party time, time for fun. Somebody please pass me a frosty one. I'm talking root beer. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. You sure don't mind, so just take your time and let's go.
Y'all need one more? Or? One more? Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, which so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free in the home of the brave? So wait a minute, yeah. Call me at the office anytime. Good times are sweet and as sweet as honey and as sweet as a dandelion wine. I like to sing this so sweet song. I like to sing it every day. got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. You sure don't mind, so just take your time, go slow. Good times are sweet and as sweet as honey and as sweet as a dandelion wine. Good times make